John on Mystery Ring Giveaway Night. This is one of the most highly anticipated giveaways we've seen this summer. Folks filing through the doors expecting over 50,000 in attendance tonight, and they're about to be treated to one of the great pitching matchups of the season. We're looking inside. Hope you're having a great week so far. Joe Davis or Hershiser. Kirsten Watson joins us in a moment. Two of the top candidates for Cy Young. The reigning Cy Young winner in Corbin Burnes, a breakout star in Tony Gonsolin.
This is a great matchup. These guys know each other. They played together for 3 years in college, and then you go head-to-head like this. Well, these statistics are very even. One's got a great resume on the other side, Corbin Burnes, already with a Cy Young, and Tony Gonsolin in the Cy Young hunt this year, Joe.
As we take a look at our Discover matchup, and another wrinkle to this whole thing, another layer of nuance is that they just faced the opposing lineup last week.
Yeah, they did. One on Wednesday, one on Thursday. When you go and look at Tony Gonsolin, what he did, the 8 strikeouts, that ties the season high and matches it. And I would say that that's more off-speed stuff from him. The split change was really working against these guys. And Corbin Burnes, his cutter, his curveball, and his changeup is what he went with mainly. We'll see what he goes with tonight when they have this quick turnaround against the same lineups.
Yeah, Burnes cruised through five scoreless innings before the Dodgers got him for 3 runs in the 6th. It's Gonsolin for the Dodgers, Burnes for the Brewers. First pitch from Dodger Stadium coming up on Sportsnet LA.
You know, it's a tough blow, but from all the sounds of it, it went as well as could possibly be expected. Talking to Dr. Elatraj earlier, he felt really confident about it. Felt like, he went in and got it back in good order. Now we just go through the progression part of it. Hopefully get him back as soon as possible. And, but there's no sugarcoating. It is a tough blow, but we'll get him back. And I know he's already itching.
Yeah, absolutely brutal news for Walker Buehler and the Dodgers, him having a second Tommy John surgery earlier today. So not just out this year, but next year as well. But the Dodgers do have a pretty good pitcher on the mound tonight in Tony Gonsolin, Nomar. This is a guy who's got to be one of the Cy Young favorites right now. And it's always good to have great defensive help behind you. You look at the Dodgers outfield with Mookie Betts, Cody Bellinger, Joey Gallo. You have 3 Gold Glove outfielders behind him tonight.
Yeah, one of the things that Tony Gonsolin has also done extremely well this year is that he's been efficient because he pitches to contact. He throws strikes, trusts his stuff, and he pitches to contact. And it's easy to do that when you have the defense that they have behind you as a pitcher, and especially those guys in the outfield, even up in the zone. Guys, you know they're going to track it down.
Yeah, and the flip side of that, when the pitcher's throwing strikes, the defense is ready to make plays. So, it works both ways, right? The defense is ready to go at it, and he trusts the defense to get the out, so he's throwing strikes.
All right, Tony Gonsolin, a Cy Young hopeful against the reigning Cy Young Award winner, and Corbin Burnes, former college teammates at St. Mary's. A fun little storyline as well. First pitch from the Ravine is coming up right after this.
Dodger Baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Carl's Jr. The sourdough star is back at Carl's Jr. Bite into it today with no delivery fee through the app. And by Nissan. At Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com. Dodgers and Brewers about ready to play the middle game of this 3-game series. First, down to Kirsten Watson.
Well, Joe, as much as there's a very exciting matchup today on the mound, the Dodgers did receive some unfortunate news today. Walker Buehler, he underwent Tommy John surgery this morning. It was shared by a post that he put on his Instagram, this right here, saying Tommy John surgery, round 2, let's roll, see ya when I see ya. This is his second time undergoing the surgery. The first time he had it was back in 2015. And when we spoke to him a while ago, if this was going to be a possibility, he actually told us that, there's at least some optimism because he's done it before. He knows how to get back and be healthy again. The positive news is that the surgery went very well, so looking like we could probably see him at the start of the 2024 season, but Andrew Friedman said nothing is just yet on the table. There's a chance, maybe end of next year, but either way, we hope that Walker has an incredible recovery, and we look forward to seeing him back here soon.
All right, Kirsten, best wishes from all of us to Walker Buehler as Tony Gonsolin gets ready to go under light blue skies on just a gorgeous Los Angeles weather day. And the Dodgers and Brewers playing for the 6th time over the last week plus. The U.S. Bank lineup from Craig Counsell looks like this. Christian Yelich has heated up lately. He leads off in left field. At shortstop, Willie Adames. Rowdy Tellez came off the bench last night. The first baseman who is top 10 in the league in home runs hits third. And it's Andrew McCutchen. Keston Hiura, 5 home runs in his last 10 games. DHs and bats fifth with Colton Wong at second. Luis Arias hit a home run last night. He's at third. Narvaez catches. And Jonathan Davis, a new addition to the lineup in center field. Last time out, Tony Gonsolin fired 7 scoreless innings against these Brewers on Wednesday. And over his last 3 starts now, Orel, which is after kind of a bumpy 3-start stretch around the All-Star break, he's got a 0.48 ERA.
And the foundational pitch has become the fastball. We know about the slider being outstanding and that split change, but the fastball in August has been remarkable, and that has really taken him into more efficiency and deeper into games.
Christian Yelich stands in, and off we go with the first pitch swinging, fly to center field for Cody Bellinger. 1 pitch, 1 out. The numbers this month for Tony Gonsolin. Comes in tied for the Major League lead with 15 wins. Justin Verlander also has 15 and has a 2-0 lead in the 6th inning currently against the Twins with a no-hitter intact. Gonsolin first in the National League with a 2.12 ERA. Thanks to the Dodgers tagging Sandy Alcantara the other day, knocking him off the pedestal. Willy Adames. 1 ball, no strikes.
You might see this Milwaukee lineup be very aggressive early in the count against Tony Gonsolin, because when they got to his non-fastballs, they were all strikeouts.
Well, 3 pitches, 2 swings, 2 outs. Freddie Freeman down to get that low throw from Trey Turner. Now, all the pitching has, big picture between these two teams, been really good. So they've played 5 games now. The Brewers have scored only 15 runs in those 5 games. The Dodgers have only scored 13 in the 5. Here's Rowdy Tellez. Four pitches, 3 swings.
And all on the heater, and Tony's not afraid to pour in the strikes. He is tied for the best batting average against as far as when he throws a strike in all of baseball for starting pitchers. And when they put it in play off him, he is number 1. 201 when a ball is put in play off Tony.
Splitter gets the call, and you mentioned they're aggressive because they don't want to see that pitch, which they went 0 for 9 against last week.
And if he gets this strike zone, it'll be a short night for Milwaukee. But they are kind of an all-or-nothing offense.
Most home run reliant team in the National League. Curveball is spoiled. Last night they got 1 home run from Luis Arias. Or 2 home runs, beg your pardon. Keston Hiura hitting 1 as well in the 4-0 win. Brewers got a run in the 4th inning and then 3 in the 9th. And iced that 4-0 victory. So they've won 3 of the first 5 matchups. Another 0-2. Dodgers have won 20 of their last 25 games, back to the last time they lost back-to-back games against the Nationals of all teams in late July. Dave Roberts' team 84-37. Up the middle and caught by Max Muncy. Now the Dodgers, the most effective shifting team in baseball this year. And Muncy in the right spot to finish off an 8-pitch first. And here comes Corbin Burns. This U.S. Bank lineup. Betts, Turner, Freeman, Smith. Come to expect that in the top 4. Max Muncy, the 5-hitter tonight at third base. Joey Gallo's back in there in left. Then Chris Taylor at second. Cody Bellinger in center, and Trace Thompson DHs out of the 9 spot. Burns is from Centennial High School in Bakersfield. 27 years old. He won the Cy Young with a 2.43 ERA last year. He's got a 2.48 ERA this year, almost just as good.
And the cutter is better than last year. The Cy Young year, they hit 237 off of it. The cutter, which he throws the most in the big leagues for a starting pitcher, they're only hitting 197 off it this year. You're going to see a lot of those. He doesn't throw many pitches in the zone. He's very good at making pitches look like strikes, end up balls.
In fact, the lowest zone percentage in the majors. Mookie Betts, who was not in the lineup when they faced Burns last week, fouls off the first pitch, and you're probably going to see the same kind of approach that you saw on the top of the inning.
I think you are, Joe. I think you're going to see a lot of cut fastballs early. The Dodgers are the #1 hitting team against cut fastballs in the National League.
They got 4 hits against his cutter last week when he went 5 shutout innings to begin, but then gave up 3 runs in the 6th. And still got the win in that game. Down the left field line, extra bases for Betts to open the night against Burns. Leadoff double, Mookie Betts.
Rarely are you the best hitting team against a certain pitch, unless your leadoff hitter can hit it, and Mookie does. It's either a cutter or a small slider that he went in there and attacked. And you know when Mookie pulls the ball for power, it was very good. It was a slider that he left up a little bit, and Mookie got it.
Trey Turner. Who is 3 for 4 against Corbin Burns' lifetime. You know, Burns, for as good as he's been, has given up 13 runs against the Dodgers in 14 innings lifetime. Here's his 0-1. It's a little bit low. Ball 1.
Some of that damage was before he invented his cut fastball. But you're right. He does not like looking at this uniform.
Now Burns, as a rookie in 2018, had a 2.61 ERA. But then in 2019, the worst ERA in baseball. He had an 8.82. Last 3 years, he's got a 2.40. And that corresponds with him taking a naturally cutting four seam and saying, let's do something with this. Making a tweak as far as his hand placement and turning it into kind of leaning into its cutter characteristics. That's been the key to the breakout. The guys say even if it was straight, it'd be hard to hit. It's still 96, 97, but it also moves. Betts at second, nobody out. 2-2 to Turner. Comes inside on the hands. Urias across to get him. Betts takes third.
Mookie freezes on the hard ground ball, but then gets over to third because of the distance of the 2 throws. He sees how deep they are. And watch him freeze back up. Now as soon as the release, he knows there's not enough time to get him to go back and forth.
Well, the Dodgers had some chances last night. They had 8 hits, but they left 9 on and got shut out at home for the first time this year. Good chance here in the first inning against Burns. And it's almost cliche to talk about it, but you got to cash in when you get a chance like this against a pitcher like this.
This is the strategy that we said would be employed by managers early on because it's ace against ace.
Infield in. Ball 1.
You'll trade 90 feet for an out if you got a staff that or a pitcher that you think you're going to score 4 or 5 off of. Feel good about your offense, but when Burns is on the mound, you don't feel as good about the #1 offense.
Freeman had a 13-game on-base streak snapped yesterday with an 0 for 4. On a 1-1 from Burns, Freeman pulls a base hit to right, and it's 1-0 Dodgers.
Well, you can say they're picking up right where they left off as far as Corbin Burns on the mound. It took them a while to get to him in Milwaukee. Here they're getting on him early, but they are feeling good. 3 hard hit balls. Mookie Betts, Trey Turner's hard ground ball, and now this line drive. Are we seeing some residue of a team seeing a pitcher back-to-back outings?
The Dodgers, after getting shut out last night, have a run in the first inning against Burns, and Will Smith at the plate. Yeah, so Burns 5 scoreless innings on just 2 hits to open last start. Since then, he's given up 4 runs on 6 hits in 1 inning. His 1-0 pitch. A breaking ball for strike, 1-1.
He'll use that curveball to both lefties and righties. Change up and slider a little bit more to lefties only.
Ground ball to short. Urias to second one, or Adames to second one, long over to first for a double play to end the inning. But a leadoff double from Mookie Betts. Freddie Freeman drives him in, and it's 1-0 after an inning.
Celebrate the 20th anniversary of MLB.TV with free baseball all day on August 26th. Stream live or on demand on your favorite supported devices. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.TV for details.
Dodgers 1, Brewers 0 to the second inning, trying to even this series at a game apiece, trying to even the season series at 3 games apiece. For the Brewers in the second inning, Andrew McCutchen leads off. 5-time All-Star, has hit 3 home runs over his last 5 games. Tony Gonsolin, easy breezy first inning. Brewers were very aggressive, and perhaps knowing that that's going to be the case all night, first pitch slider. Fastball rolled off the end of the bat to Chris Taylor, making his second start of the year at second base. And that's already a couple times that a well-positioned Dodgers taking one away.
Second base, but positioned almost like a shortstop. That was a shortstop arm with a shortstop type throw.
One gone. Here's Castanheira, who's been back and forth between the majors and AAA, and in this recent stint he's hit 5 home runs in 10 games, including 3 of them in his last 2. Curve caught the top of the zone. So Gonsolin's gotten the bottom of the zone with the splitter, and he's gotten the top of the zone with a curve. Got the call on both.
If they're going to stay aggressive early in the count, he might use that curveball to try and steal some strikes. It's out of his hand. It's going to look like a fastball too high, and they probably wouldn't attack.
It's only given up 3 hits on that pitch all year. Splitter popped up and out of play. So it's 1-2 on the Valencia, California native. Castanheira grew up coming to several games in this ballpark each summer. 26 years old, 4th year in the majors. Former 9th overall pick of the draft out of UC Irvine. Stud right away, and left there a legend. Started his first game. First time up, he drew a walk. Took some borderline pitches. Like, okay, this kid's got it. Hit a home run on the first pitch in his next at-bat. And by the time he finished his final year, he had an NCAA batting title. .442 to lead the country. Good take on a high heater, and it's 2-2.
Really well located fastball right there. Just a little too high to not get him to swing.
This guy who strikes out at a higher rate, swings and misses at a higher rate than anybody in the league. On a 2-2, he takes what he thinks is ball 4.
Excuse me. Excuse
Sir,
me.
come on back. Oh boy.
I don't want to put it all back on. I will risk injury for this 3-2 pitch.
That's funny.
We're giving the fans a little bit longer time to boo and digest that moment.
I love how he played it off, though. I'm not gonna waste anybody's time putting this stuff back on.
I don't need this saddle. I'm going bareback.
Yeah. So now a 3-2. Check swing, no swing, and he's got the walk. And he's the first base runner for Milwaukee.
Second baseman, number 16, Colton Wong.
Well, it led to a ball 4, Joe.
Yeah, I'm just glad he didn't foul a ball off his foot, you know, off his shin where he'd removed the pad.
Shin, the arm guard.
Yeah.
You're still hitting. I don't need this. Yeah.
Always good when you can laugh at yourself, though. Colton Wong.
It's a big strike zone back there.
Should already start working on his thank you notes for John Tumpain. He's giving him a few calls.
Wonder if John's a cat lover.
You know the thank you notes have cats on them. In the dirt, Smith finds it, throws it high into center field, and Hero will hang on at second.
Nice job, Cody Bellinger. Charging center fielder, shut the runner down. Will Smith kind of launches this one into center field, but you can see Cody reading the angle of the throw, just like a runner reading a throw to a cutoff man. He moved up quickly and saved him 90 feet.
One ball, one strike. Gonsolin to Wong for a long wait. Here he comes. Ground ball to first. Freeman feeds Gonsolin. Up the third goes Hira. So that immediately becomes a big stop by Cody Bellinger to get to that ball and keep Hira from advancing to third.
And Tony Gonsolin's got to erase that pitch from his memory bank now that you have a man on third, and you've got to trust your catcher if you need to bury a breaking ball or a split change to get this third out.
Luis Urias, who came off of the bench last night and hit his 13th home run of the year, or his 14th home run of the year. That started the scoring. And it stayed that way until the 9th inning when the Brewers added 3. Milwaukee 65-56. They're 5 back in the division behind the Cardinals. Game and a half back of the last wild card spot. Padres and Phillies. Back-to-back curves, 2-0.
This is where you really feel ace against ace and you're on the mound. These kind of borderline runs where 2-out RBI can kind of break your back a little bit.
Shot to right. Betts is back. Still going. Mookie Betts. Superman.
Defense all over the field. One with a backup of a throw to center field that Bellinger does, and this one, you can grade that a little bit higher as far as degree of difficulty.
Taking a run away.
You walk a guy and you throw a wild pitch, but he got picked up by his defenders. Bellinger in center and Betts with just a marvelous play in right. What a jump, what a route, staying aggressive right into the wall to make that catch. He did not back down one iota, and what a leap to time it and glove it.
Max Muncy opens the second, takes a strike from Corbin Burns. Admiration, smiles, so many smiles these days for Mookie Betts. 1 ball, 1 strike on Max Muncy. It was part of his identity when he was in Boston. It was part of his identity his first year with the Dodgers, that big smile of his. The health issues last year sapped a lot of that from him. And you can say, well, who cares if you're smiling or not? When that's part of your identity, that's part of your game, it's a big deal. He's having fun again, and he's playing like Mookie again. On 2-1, Muncy watches a breaking pitch land for a strike, 2-2.
The doctors will tell you the chemical reaction in your head. It changes completely when you're smiling compared to a neutral expression or a frown. And look at that. He's got some good chemicals working there. Take that the right way.
Fastball's cut on and miss for strikeout of the game for Burns. What is it? What's the happy chemical that gets released?
It's that type of endorphin.
Dopamine.
Yeah.
Serotonin.
Yep. Serotonin. Yeah. I'll go with whatever you say, Joe.
Sometimes that's good. Sometimes it's not as good.
Not only is he smiling, he's got everybody else smiling.
That's a thing too.
Yeah.
Scientific thing.
Contagious.
Joey Gallo had the big game on Sunday. First multi-hit game in a Dodger uniform. First multi-hit game since early July as his playing time with the Yankees started to dissipate. Really enjoyed listening to him talk with Kirsten after the game on Sunday. Just a very likable guy who is having fun with this change of scenery. 0-2.
Little fastball change-up combination there to get that swing and miss.
One, two from Corbin Burns. Gallo watches ball 2. He's worked it full. 98 that time from Burns, but very low. Now Joey Gallo, when he is right, it's not just the homers, it's the walks as well. A year ago, he led the American League in walks. On a 3-2 from Burns, Gallo takes ball 4. For more on Gallo, here's Kirsten.
Well, Joe, you mentioned how he's just such a likable person, but he's also just really comfortable in this clubhouse. Coming in, he already had some really strong relationships, one of them being Cody Bellinger in the past. They share the same agency in the past. They've lived together in the offseason, training and working out. Him, Cody, and Gavin Lux, they're all big video gamers, and I think you guys know something with this team. They do love their video games. And then, of course, there's Hanser Alberto. They played together with the Rangers, and they just have so much fun together. Hanser's definitely the one that's kind of teasing Joey, filming him all day on social media, but it creates some good laughs, and the guys, everyone feels just so much comfortable and fun together.
Chris Taylor takes in the dirt. Good stop there by Narvaez. You know, Gallo and Hanser, the odd couple, but perfect.
Hanser's like the perfect beverage, right? Your favorite beverage. He's good with everybody, but he's really good with Gallo.
So he's an old-fashioned?
I don't know. He doesn't look real old-fashioned.
1-0 pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike on Taylor. I just meant you said he's the perfect beverage.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, Taylor is searching for it. Over his last 10 with 8 strikeouts. We talked about it before the game yesterday. He felt good about the work that he had put in over the weekend, getting a couple days off. Wouldn't know until he took it into a game. But he also said you maybe not going to know in that first game. It may take a couple days of using the new tweaks. Taking it for another spin today against the reigning Cy Young Award winner.
Yeah, you got to give your changes, your tweaks a chance to develop. You just can't all of a sudden just keep changing, because then you can really get lost. You got to give them some reps.
Gallo at first, 1 gone, 1-2 down the middle, strike 3.
Fouled the ball off that was down the middle, and that one he ends up taking. He just is not expecting this pitch, and especially a guy who doesn't fill the zone up. He's talked about Burns' zone percentage, the lowest in the major leagues. So Chris was probably expecting something that he was going to have to borderline chase, not something down the middle.
2 gone. Here's Bellinger, who followed Joey Gallo's high arcing triple off of the wall with a home run the other day. And he said that, you know, off of the bat, that's the first thing he's thinking is, man, it's just like Joey's, and Joey's didn't get out. And you hear some guys say that they find the exit velocity scoreboard along the Loge level as they run down first. He caught the exit velocity on this. He had noticed that Joey's was 104 and didn't get out. Well, his was 103, and he's like, but then it did get out because it was hit at a little bit lower angle. Said especially when he hits them really high like that, he'll often take a glance and get a little teaser, get a little preview of where that ball's going to land. Working on that changeup is Burns, and it's 0-2.
Who was cutter, curveball, changeup in the first outing in Milwaukee, mostly to the lineup. Backed off the ratios that he normally uses with the slider.
Here's the 0-2 pitch. Bellinger takes low.
Burns is the type of pitcher that could really feast on a young and free swinging team because he gets a lot of chases, and that's what he's trying to do. But veteran club that commands the strike zone, a little tougher for him. Not the fastest worker in the world. He takes a lot of walks off down the mound, into the infield grass, regains his composure and thoughts.
He's home with another 1-2 that misses. Ball 2.
When he comes set, he comes awkwardly set forward, but I think that trick is so that when he comes set neutral, he probably found himself getting too deep with his hands, because he goes from that front hip come set to right to the middle of his body, which will keep the whole delivery kind of symmetrical around his center. Where if he started in the middle, he probably gets too deep.
Full count. Gallo get a head start.
Just another walk around the block. He didn't go home and get the dog, but he just walking. Fixed the hair. He does that almost every pitch.
I wonder if the pitch clock is going to rattle him, because it's really methodical.
Yeah, he's borderline long for sure.
There goes Gallo. Here comes the 3-2. Bellinger takes ball 4. Second walk of the inning. And as you can see, he's not a guy that is easily rattled. Maybe rattled is not the right word for it.
Yeah.
But certainly figure it's going to be an adjustment for him if and when it arrives.
And all the mannerisms out there almost feel like it's a conscious thought to maybe keep the nerves and the energy calm down. The walking could be a way to kind of get rid of that energy. All the really conscious thinking about what he wants to do.
Two on, two out, Trace Thompson. Big swing on Friday night. First game of this homestand. Tying the game with a triple. With what was officially ruled a double.
Little check swing there. Gets a breaking ball in the first pitch from a guy who throws over 50% cutters. Probably guessing firm right here.
On 1-0. It was, and it was way inside. But his command is just not what it normally is. I know we talk about him being in the zone less than anybody, but a lot of those are, as you mentioned, they look like strikes and then they just miss.
I think the top of our order, the top 4 guys were 2 for 16 yesterday. They're 2 for 4 tonight. They kind of set the tone that they're going to hit strikes.
That was pinpoint. From a guy who has always tried to pitch like Nolan Ryan. Two-one to Trace Thompson. And there for a strike, 2-2. That was the one to hit.
That sure was. That was the one that Chris Taylor fouled back and then took for strike 3. And now Trace Thompson gets one in the very next at bat, but doesn't pull the trigger on it.
Deuce is wild. Here it comes. Thompson pushes the ball way back and gone. Absolute moonshot from Trace Thompson, and the Dodgers lead Corbin Burnes 4-0.
He got another one, the one we thought he should have swung at, he took. Well, don't throw it again, because he didn't miss it. 108 miles an hour off the bat, a no-doubter.
runs one time through the lineup. Strike one on Betts. Trace Thompson. Every season has those guys that you didn't see coming. Nothing in 2. Wasn't even in the organization until late June. Started the year with the Padres, struggled at the major league level. They cut him loose. Then he went to the Tigers. The lowly Tigers couldn't find a spot in their major league roster for him. He was wallowing in AAA Toledo when the Dodgers called him and gave him another chance. Now Betts gets hit by an 0-2. Clearly not any intent there on a little butterfly that popped out of his hand.
Absence of malice right there. Just a breaking ball that slips out. He's trying to throw the best breaking ball in his life and gets Mookie on his thigh.
Out comes the pitching coach, Chris Hook, and a quick word from Mattress Firm.
Mattress Firm's Season of Dreams sweepstakes could take you to the World Series. Go to MLB.com/Season of Dreams to view official rules and to enter the Season of Dreams sweepstakes today.
Trace Thompson given a chance with the Dodgers, second chance with the Dodgers, and performing like he always fathomed he could. As athletic as he is, as many skills as there are in his toolbox.
Number 6, Trey Turner.
4-0 game. Trey Turner. One ball, no strikes.
These Dodgers again are something with 2 outs and 2 strikes. They get a home run in this inning. You are not in the dugout against these guys, no matter how many strikes you have on them or how many outs.
The Dodgers on this homestand against the reigning Cy Young Award winner and probably the leader in the race right now, Sandy Alcantara, certainly going into the game. 10 runs on 13 hits in 5 1/3. 10 runs in 5 innings against Alcantara and Burns.
The Dodgers got shut out yesterday for the 6th time this season. How have they responded to the other 5 shutouts? Well, 3 times they put up a 4 spot. 1 time they put up only 2 runs. 1 time they got 14.
Oh boy, that hit Betts, but it also hit the first base umpire, Adrian Johnson. It hit the glove and then it hit Johnson.
Got him on the shin. When he was behind the plate yesterday, he had pads on there.
On 2-1, Turner hits a pop fly. Foul ground at third. Luis Urias ends the inning. But a 3-run blast. A mammoth home run from Trace Thompson. And the Dodgers have a 4-0 lead after 2. As we go to the 3rd inning, Joe Davis, Saul Hershiser, Kirsten Watson, and Justin Turner joining us down there. Hi, JT.
What's going on, guys?
Hey, what about that swing from Trace Thompson?
Wow, that was a thing of beauty. That was majestic right there.
Yeah, 108.
Was it 108?
Uh-huh.
I was watching the ball. I didn't see the exit velo. Man, that went far.
Omar Narvaez leads off this inning for the Brewers. And takes a strike from Tony Gonsolin. If I had told you in March that Tony Gonsolin would be 15-1, we would have said what?
I would have taken that. I would have been like that. Oh yeah, that sounds amazing. Yeah, love it. It's definitely in there. We know it's in there, and He's got 4 quality pitches. I think as the years got on, the confidence in the fastball and the location of the fastball has really been what's kind of separated him this year from years in the past. I think, the split he's always been good, and he's had a good slider, but when you have a hard time throwing the fastball for a strike, it makes it a little bit easier on teams to eliminate a pitch, and he's had great fastball command all year long.
Scheduled day off. We're not worried about that slide in the first inning yesterday. Everything's okay?
No, scheduled day off. Everything's good, other than the perfect throws that get made on me every time I'm running to a base.
Here's a 1-2.
Ooh.
A bit inside, 2-2.
You said you were watching the ball on the home run. Are you into the whole 108 exit velocities, launch angle, or are you a little bit more old school and thinking about just yourself and your swing?
Well, I think, it doesn't matter what the numbers say if it doesn't go over the fence, but, there's a little bit of, attaboy, a little bit of last night with Cody, he hits about 102 to center at 30 degrees. Like in years past, that's been a no doubt homer every time, and I don't even think that ball went to the warning track last night. So, there is some of that, but, if it goes over the fence, it's a homer. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I saw Matt Beatty hit a ball 89 miles an hour last year for a homer in Milwaukee. So all that matters is that it goes over the fence, right?
Grand slam, right?
Yeah, 7 RBI day. Him and
right.
AJ in the same game.
That's right. Jonathan Davis here with 1 away in the 3rd inning. Hey, we were talking about, I think Bellinger had said that he checks the ribbon board where they give the exit velocity on his way down to first. Do you ever take a peek up there and gather a little info?
I always miss it. I don't ever look up right when I hit it. So, and by the time I get down to first and turn around and the guy caught the ball on the warning track, it's already off the board. So.
You and Court are doing an awful lot of work in the community. What do you got coming up now?
Yeah, so we got our 2nd annual Turner Trot, but first year we're doing it in person. So September 4th, it's a Sunday morning. We play the Padres that night for Sunday Night Baseball. We're going to do a little 5K starting right here at Dodger Stadium, going out to Sunset, down the Sunset Strip, through Echo Park by the Echo Park Lake right there where all the swan boats are, and then up to the Dream Center, which is kind of cool for us because they're one of our big beneficiaries, and we do a lot of work with the Dream Center, especially with our homeless veterans programs we have there with the men's and the women's home. So we're looking forward to it. We're excited. Never in my wildest dreams did Court and I think that they'd be shutting down Sunset Boulevard for us to have an event, but they're doing it Sunday morning. So go sign up. I'll be out there at the starting line, and then I'll head over to the Finisher Festival afterwards and be hanging out. So you can sign up on turnertrot.com and come out and join us. And every runner that participates is going to get a ticket to a Dodger game. I think a week later we play the Diamondbacks here. So sign up and run and get a free ticket to a Dodger game.
2-2 on the corner to get him.
Outstanding right there. Outstanding.
Boy, when he takes the mound next inning, you might have to come back on the air. You're bringing him good luck. He's been like this all year. This is a little slider on the corner, JT. I know you can't see it as good from the side down there, but hey, when you opened the Vet Center during the All-Star week, have you been back over there, or how's it going?
I have not been back over there yet, but I think everything's going well. They were transitioning all the guys back into the home at the Tea House. There's 80 beds in there for those guys. Uh-oh, am I cutting out?
No, we got you.
Okay.
Is your headset going wonky?
Yeah, but that's all right. I don't need to hear you guys.
Okay, fair enough.
That's what our wives say.
Yeah, so they transitioned all the guys out into hotel rooms for a few months while us and Major League Baseball were renovating the Tea House, and now they're transitioning everyone back into it. So it's a great program, getting veterans off the street and getting them the help they need in whatever capacity that is, and then helping transition them into permanent housing. So we were very happy to be a part of that. It was actually 2 years in the making, because we were supposed to do it in 2020 when we were hosting the All-Star game here, or supposed to host the All-Star game here, and then when it got delayed to this year, that project kind of got pushed back. So we were excited to see it take place, and the guys were, at least one of the guys who was staying at the house, was there that day, and he was very excited, very grateful. And he actually came to our bingo event on Sunday morning, and he won the tickets to the All-Star game. He won the bingo game and got to come to the All-Star game. So that was pretty cool.
We got a couple strikes or an out left. I know there's other people that come alongside you. I was there that day. Anybody you want to thank? So they have some TV time.
Well, first and foremost, you know, Courtney. She does so much for the foundation. You know, a lot of people ask or email us and say, who can we talk to donate or volunteer, and we always kind of chuckle and we're like, you're talking to us. You know, she answers every email, and she's behind a lot of the planning, and you know, she does so much stuff that makes the foundation go and makes us look good that I have to thank her. And then, you know, there's all kinds of, you know, beneficiaries and volunteers, and you know, I know Carla was a big part of the Tea House project that we had in Skid Row. So thank you, Carla, and you know, all our sponsors who support us. The Dodgers ownership has been huge for this 5K. Almost every single one of them getting involved and supporting us and helping make it happen. So the list is too long to name everyone. But
sorry to put you on the spot, but I knew you had a ton of people that help you.
Yeah, and then my teammates, you know, them coming out and supporting, and I think it goes, you know, for all of us who have events and stuff. A few weeks ago, Clayton had his event, and to see all the guys out here participating and supporting is just it means a lot to us when we're putting on these events to have the support of our teammates. So, you know, got to thank those guys.
There's ruled a base hit for Christian Yelich. 1 ball, 1 strike now on Willie Adames. Hey, there's deep V's, and then there's what you got rocking right now. That's an extra deep one, dude.
That's right.
Really nice.
Just like my jersey, you know, I got to keep it.
That's
keep
even
the consistency. It's got to be low enough so you can see the chain, right?
Fair.
You can see the chain. It's not flashy, but it's there.
And we do have a great view of the V currently.
I feel like this camera is like bird's eyeing me right now.
It's good lighting for you, though. You looked really good.
Thank you. It's hard to make me look good.
Oh, stop. Just trolling for compliments.
Oh, man.
We changed to a different shot. We're looking at you from a little lower angle now.
Oh, thank you. Here we go.
Right.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
How's this?
Pretty good. I like the side profile.
All right. I'll be over at the bar putting out the vibe.
Sweet.
Side profiles. Joey Gallo wears his jersey really tight. Have you noticed? Oh, yeah. Like yours. No.
Joey wears a tight uni.
He does, like a medium. I mean, look at the biceps. We've got it on a monitor. I don't think you have a monitor down there, but
I don't.
His is so tight around his arms. Everybody usually has it as a little looser on the right side, his throwing arm, but the left side, he really tailors that in.
I mean, he's also huge.
He is. And you just have to give credit. That one's way up there. Gotta get credit to the uniforms. He stretches so much. I can't believe he didn't bust out of those things.
Justin, we appreciate the time. Tell folks one more time where they can go to learn more.
Go to turnertrot.com, and we'll see you on September 4th right here at Dodger Stadium. And you know what? If you can't be here in LA, you can do it virtually. You can sign up and run wherever you're at, and you still get the prize package and the T-shirt and the medal and stuff. So.
And we'll see you back in there tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
All right, Justin. Thank you.
All right, guys.
Freddie Freeman starts this third. He fouled off the first pitch from Corbin Burns. Dodgers got 1 in the first. They got 3 in the second against the reigning Cy Young Award winner. No balls, 2 strikes. Freeman started the scoring with the first inning single. And Thompson with a 3-run homer last inning. We talk about the work Justin Turner's doing. Freddie Freeman recently pledged $500,000 to his high school alma mater, El Modena High School, to help build a new baseball building. Clubhouse, coach's office, new batting cages, rooms where kids can come hang and do their homework. And Apparently something that while he was a player there, he talked about wanting to do if he ever made it big. And now he's gonna. Digs this one out, serves it to right for McCutcheon, and the first out of the third. Back-to-back league champs down there at El Modena High. And now they're going to have the best facilities in town. Now, Freddie's mom, Rosemary, passed away when he was 10 years old, died of melanoma. And right then, Freddie vowed to always be a great person in her honor. And the other thing, when you're talking about him giving back like this, when you think about his mom, Rosemary, one of the big support systems for him and for his brothers were the coaches and the baseball program at El Modena. So he's talked many times about how they'll always hold a special place in his heart. And any chance he gets to do his mom proud and to give back there, he jumps at it. Sky high pop up, shallow center field off of the bat of Will Smith. Adames is there, 2 out. And here's Muncy.
When Justin was on the pregame show today talking about the Turner Trot, he also talked about that leadership in the clubhouse with Clayton and Freddie and Mookie and himself, and how the next best thing after these foundations being developed is watching the young guys now pick up and do things. Chris Taylor, Will Smith, and others have taken on the same mantle and have continued to have that legacy. Adrian Gonzalez on the desk for the pre and post game show was one of the examples that Justin followed.
Muncy struck out his first time. Ahead 2-0 here, and grounds it foul. Trying to extend the longest active on base streak in the majors. 21 games in a row he's reached.
Isn't he right there with like Paul Goldschmidt as far as hottest hitters?
Yeah, second highest OPS in August behind Goldie.
They got about the same amount of home runs too. I think 7.
Tied with Albert Pujols, who has 7 in his last 10 games.
Slow down, Albert. You're not going to want to retire.
Oh. Cardinals had their 8-game winning streak snapped earlier today. First game of a doubleheader against the Cubs. They are winning game 2 of the doubleheader 10-3. Fly to left. Yelich going back. Make the catch on the edge of the track to end the 1-2-3 third. It's brought to you by Jack in the Box. Spicy chicken strips are back at Jack in the Box for a limited time, starting at just $5.49. Now by the SoCal BMW Centers. BMW, the ultimate driving machine. A run in the first, 3 runs in the second, 4-0. Dodgers ahead of the Brewers as we go to the 4th. Pitching matchup of the night across baseball. Tony Gonsolin against Corbin Burns. What a night for those two guys. What a night for St. Mary's College. Rowdy Tellez takes ball 1. Under 4,000 students there. It's outside Oakland, town called Moraga, California. And you got 2 of the top pitchers in baseball out of that program. And we're in the program at the same time. Gonsolin's a year ahead. When he was a sophomore, the pitching staff was so thin that Tony volunteered to pitch because he was an outfielder. And he went in the bullpen. Coaches said, man, you got something there. You're going to do a little more of this than you might think you're gonna. It was mostly a reliever. It's a grounder to first. Freeman to the bag for the first out of the 4th. But the lack of depth in the pitching staff also meant that a freshman who was not highly recruited got an opportunity. That was Corbin Burns. And 2 years later, those two guys led them to their only conference championship, their only West Coast Conference championship in program history. It's mostly Burns on the mound. He went 8-2. Gonsolin hit .307 though as an outfielder. Andrew McCutcheon, one gone in the fourth. Strike one.
Pretty good faces of your university to go recruiting. Gotta help a little bit. You come into this game knowing it's ace against ace, but then your team gets you a 4 spot. It really relaxes you and gets you in the groove. Burns has still got the feeling of every pitch needs to be perfect because he wants his team to have a chance to catch up. But Tony can just relax, and nothing better than a relaxed hand when you're throwing that split change. We saw some unbelievable depth on that last one.
In foul ground, Freddie Freeman has room for out number 2. A gentle paw, if you will.
Yes. Just make sure your nails are trimmed.
Things are hurt. Gonsolin has issued 1 walk. It was to this guy, Keston Hira. Actually took 2 walks within 1 plate appearance. Headed down there on ball 3, and then next pitch actually took ball 4. Strike 1 with a heater. Back-to-back starts against the Brewers for Gonsolin. Got a chase here, and it's 1-2. 10 2/3 innings. He's not given up a run. He's struck out 10. Brewers have only 3 hits.
If they keep swinging at balls out of hand, he's going to continue that trend. It was a wild swing right there.
One, 2. 2-2.
A lot of these swings are on changeups that look like strikes, end up balls, and they are 0 for 13 over the last 2 outings with Tony on that split change. 0 for 4 tonight, 0 for 9 last start.
On 2-2 here, fouls it off.
Got the combo of the high fastball and the split change working. He's tried to steal a few strikes with the curveball. Hasn't relied on the slider as much.
Yep, there's one.
There's one. Said, I'll break it out here for you. And it was a good one. Maybe not as big a break as he would like, but it is perfect location. Especially against the free swinger that he's got at the plate. You could have tried to walk him off with a little bigger one.
Roxon fires another 2-2 and does get him to chase. Tony Gonsolin with a 1-2-3 fourth. 11 scoreless innings against the Brewers over the last week.
The Team USA coaching staff for the World Baseball Classic was announced, and the Dodgers' very own Dino Ebel was named as the third base coach. He'll be coaching along hitting coach Ken Griffey Jr. And when I spoke with Dino about it, he told me not only is he really excited about the opportunity, it comes at a perfect time. His son Brady was just named to the 15 and under Team USA team, so he's hoping that Brady will be able to come and watch him in March when they're playing in Arizona, and then hopefully one day that Brady and his son Trey could be a part of this team. So he's definitely looking forward to the opportunity and just the legacy that will continue with his family and Team USA guys.
You could not have a better representation of this game on Team USA than Dino Ebel. Well deserved. 1 ball 1 strike on Joey Gallo. Started the rally in the second inning with a walk. Scored on the homer from Thompson. 1-1 pitch from Corbin Burns. Slow, ball 2. Two and two. Full count.
We know Joey is starting to get comfortable. We know his production in a Dodger uniform has been outstanding. I'll tell you what, he looks even different in the box now as far as the comfort and the eye. There's not a lot of anxiety.
Up the middle, picked off by Urias over there in the shift.
Come to Dodger Stadium when the San Diego Padres come visit. That'll be on Friday, September 2nd for a 3-game series that'll begin. You won't want to miss it. For tickets, visit Dodgers.com/promotions.
Taylor struck out his first time, his 9th in an 0 for 11 stretch. Against Corbin Burns, who, like Tony Gonsolin, is facing the same lineup back-to-back games. And one of the ways that he always evaluates after an outing, looks ahead to the next, is with his journal. Now, Corbin's dad, Rick, has spent 3 decades working in the farming business in the Central Valley. And one of the pieces of advice from that career that he passed on to Corbin is what gets measured gets improved. It's a foul ball, and they'll give Omar Narvaez a moment. So Corbin, a few years ago, started keeping this journal, and he's got a column of notes from each start that includes what he calls his execution percentage. He'll go back and watch every pitch from an outing, and he grades himself. Did I put it exactly where I wanted to? Not even necessarily results oriented. Did I execute the pitch? Did I put the pitch where I was aiming? So that's one column, and then everything that he learns, taking those notes and getting his execution percentage, he takes into the next column where he's got well, better, and how. What did I do well? What can I do better? How can I do it? Here's 1-2 to Taylor. Is grounded along third. Urias running throw. Torres couldn't get it cleanly. That's going to go to review, or at least get fixed here. Good job of the crew to help one another out there. The home plate umpire John Tompane said no, there was a juggle, and Adrian Johnson said, I believe you.
We got it right, and then we'll see what the official score calls it. Probably going to call it an error. That ball arrives in plenty of time. A little bit of a difficult play because of the wrong foot throw coming over there across the diamond.
It's a base hit for Taylor to end that 0 for 11.
We'll take it.
And here's Bellinger. We were talking about Tyler Anderson and his journaling process recently. Did you ever have a formal note-taking system like that?
Yeah, a 3x5 card system in my locker, and then moved on to the computer. But yeah, at first there were a lot of notes on 3-5 cards with hitters and lineups and things I thought about myself, adjustments I needed to make. Not as refined as the one you just described.
What gets measured gets improved.
I love that phrase, to kind of base wherever you want to take it after that. Put the work ethic in, and your style after that is the foundation. And I love the execution over result thinking. I think that is the way to play baseball and to do a lot of things, because it can be such a frustrating game when you do something well and execute it, but you don't get the results you're looking for, but you still got to stay on that same path.
There goes Taylor. Got a good jump. Narvaez throw. No chance. Stolen base. Chris Taylor.
Craig Counsell wants to possibly take a look at their replay. Did they get him on the leg or the spike before he gets in? It looks, it's going to be the left hand to the bag, the tag to the bottom leg. Oh, it's close.
I think he got him, but was it with his forearm where he hits him on the foot? Yeah, his glove doesn't actually touch him.
That's not the glove. Now the second part.
Oh, and 2 on Bellinger. Burns comes back home in the dirt. A lot of pitches in the dirt tonight.
Even for a guy who's not in the zone very much, the least amount in the big leagues, his spray pattern has still been wide. The key to his success is making the ball look like a strike, and he's had a lot of pitches that were not very competitive out of hand.
Be a race to first, but Burns just barely wins. Up to third goes Chris Taylor. 2 gone in the 4th inning. In time for our T-Mobile coverage cam. Trace Thompson. Well, he took strike 2, and you're thinking he may not get another good one, but then he got the same pitch, and he pulled the trigger.
It was a great swing after taking one that he thought he could get. Yeah, he shows the emotions to Hanser Alberto as he comes around third. And this ball was launched 108 miles an hour off the bat. Talk about putting on a Dodger uniform and performing. We said that about Joey Gallo. Well, this guy right here has done the same thing.
First one from Burns is very low.
We have seen a lot of those pitches where he's just pulled them right into the ground.
Yeah. But he and his old buddy Tony Gonsolin, this is something they're 1 and 2 in, pitching with runners in scoring position. Didn't get the call on that breaker, and it's 2-0. Mookie Betts on deck. Another sharply hit ball that streaks under the glove of Adames. Taylor's in to score, and then he Burns and the Brewers 5-zip.
We talked the other day that Trace all of a sudden is having his own moments at times, and this is not as big a RBI, but the 3-run homer has been. But with the Dodgers hitting with runners in scoring position, he's 11 for 34, including the home run tonight, and 4 of those 11 are home runs himself. He has really performed in the clutch.
What do you got there, hit or air?
I got hit.
I like it.
Deep in the hole. By the time he picks it up with Trace's wheels, he's going to beat it.
And it is a hit. Second one of the game for Trace. Betts has reached both times. Doubled and scored in the first inning. Got hit in the second. Wanted to and did.
Dieter playing Hawaii 5-0 with the 5-0 score.
Nice.
With theme. And number 50 up to bat.
Ooh.
There's such synergy.
Right? That is a souvenir.
In the 5th row.
Mm-hmm. Caught by 0 people.
Okay,
wow.
Okay, Dieter, don't overdo it.
What do we got now?
same theme song. Second verse, same as the first.
My favorite jazz song is Take 5. Maybe if we get another foul ball, Dieter can play that.
Okay.
Another 0-2 pitch. Fouled off. Trace is running there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he didn't hear my request for the request line because he always grants it.
I don't know that song.
This is like a game show.
Ralph, can you run down there and ask him what that song was?
Trace Thompson, by the way, has a new career high. 4 runs batted in tonight through only 2 plate appearances. Swing and a miss, and a ball that gets by, and this inning will continue.
Strikeout and a wild pitch. Another 2 out, man in scoring position opportunity. This one will be for Trey Turner because of this pitch.
With the Brewers, no matter who comes out, you get the hook.
Okay.
You get the pitching coach, Chris Hook.
Yeah.
Or you got the manager. Gonna hook you.
That is a tough name for a pitching coach.
Two out, and Trey Turner. Turner into center field. That's down for a base hit. Everything coming up Dodgers tonight. Trey drives in his 84th. That snaps the longest RBI-less streak of the season for him. First one in 11 games. 6-0 in the fourth inning.
Breaking ball cue shot, full swing. There's no way you're going to get a good jump as an outfielder, but you're going to get a really good jump as a base runner because there's 2 outs. So you don't have to read the trajectory of the velocity. Just get off to the races, and that scores one more.
So the total is 12 runs against Alcantara and Burns on this homestand. Not done yet. First and third. 2 gone for Freddie Freeman. He's got an RBI single and he's lined out. Brent Suter.
Playing the theme song from Bonanza, or the Bonanza of Runs.
Huh.
Exactly. With the only reason I know, he texts me too. So he's playing and texting. That is some talent.
Oh, wow. Oh, we got going here. Craig Counsell coming out to talk with the home plate umpire, John Tumpane. Just giving him a heads up what he's doing. So Corbin Burns meets the same fate that Sandy Alcantara does 2 days later. Gives up 6, fails to make it through 4. Third, his responsibility with 2 gone here in the 4th inning. And the left-hander from Harvard, Brent Suter, on the pitch.
Suter is very tough against lefties. The game is kind of bent out of shape right now the Dodgers way at 6-0, but Counsell still bringing in the lefty to face Freddie Freeman. Lefty's only hitting 167 off of him.
So bats at third. Remember, he reached to keep this inning going on a wild pitch. 3rd strike. Trey Turner singled, so they're at the corners for Freddie Freeman. And the Dodgers knocked Alcantara out of the top spot in the ERA leaderboard. They've knocked Corbin Burns out of the top 5. And so 3 of the top 5 are Dodgers. Gonsolin 1, Urias 3, Anderson 5. Sandy Alcantara is 2, Max Fried is 4th.
Corbin Burns now down to number 7. 6 earned runs tonight, a season high for him.
He's now given up 19 runs in under 18 innings against the Dodgers in his career. Ball and a strike on Freeman.
Looked like he was making him pull his hair out.
Everybody clap your hands.
Those are tough nights when you get knocked out and you got to sit there and kind of wear it. Sometimes harder to go to sleep than when you do really well.
Down the left field line and out of play. Wow. Freddie Freeman, that kind of swing that's tailored to get to every pitch type, every pitch location. It doesn't matter what gets thrown up there. Spots that letter high pitch to see another. And another.
Short and quick to that ball.
Wow. Another 1-2 from Suter. Freeman the other way. That's in to score. It's 7-0. All 7 against Corbin Burnes.
This is the pitch prior. And look at him turn and on that. And now think, okay, the next pitch, he's going to be out in front, right? No. Stays back, changes the timing, gets one up, and hits it on the other line, but fair.
Freddie Freeman, folks, is the definition of a beautiful hitter. 4 straight 2-out base runners. Will Smith. And a GIF-worthy reaction from Corbin Burnes down there.
Yeah.
GIF. I know there are GIF truthers out there. It's GIF. Actually, the guy that invented it says it's GIF, but
what's he know?
I know, right? 1-1.
It's like these pitchers that call their sliders that graded curves. You know, hey, I know you throw it. I know what you call it, but the data says no.
So
sniper shot himself with his own gun. Ouch.
Pop fly left center. Christian Yelich and Jonathan Davis. It's Davis to end the inning, but they get 3 more and they chase Corbin Burnes 7-0 after 4.
These fresh stats, and it is the Cy Young race. These are the candidates, and boy, the Dodger offense has done a nice job to put a little bit more pressure on everybody else and give Tony Gonsolin and Julio Urias a little better shot.
The Dodger offense contributing, knocking that ERA from Corbin Burnes to 2.48 to up above 2.8. And then Tony Gonsolin's doing a fair bit of work himself. 4 more scoreless innings. What a year.
Julio drew the short straw last night with the Dodgers getting their 6th shutout, but he didn't do anything to hurt his chances either. Neither one of them keeps up the pace they're on and stays on their hot runs. They're going to be the front runners for the Cy Young.
Colton Wong to lead off the 5th for the Brewers, who have just 1 hit in this game. And if it remains that way, Chris Taylor is going to be bumming, because it was a ball that Taylor got to that wound up being a base hit for Christian Yelich. Two balls and 1 strike. In on him. Taylor. One gone.
Number 2, Luis Urias.
Dodgers up 7-0. Luis Urias to the plate. Boy, Gonsolin's gotten some help from John Tumpane tonight. He's been excellent, but Tumpane has helped him on a few.
Early on, especially, and that one.
Ooh, look out.
A lot closer because of the way he hits. He kind of dives in, got the lean back and then the lean in, and then you better get back again. Makes you feel like you got a lot of room with that initial stance.
Shot to the right side, base hit for Urias. And they'll take any of the imagination out of the thing. Clean single for Urias.
He really gets on top of this baseball right here and just lines it over there to right field. Even with traditional defense, that probably is going to be a base hit. It is barely a no step and just a dive if you're by that ball.
1-on-1 out for Omar Narvaez. Well, with the next out that Tony Gonsolin gets, he'll match his career high innings pitched. Through 128 in the 2018 minor league season. And it's something they knew coming into the year that if he's going to be in the rotation full time, that he was probably going to exceed that number by a fair amount. And with many guys, because there are a few guys that they've had to have these conversations about, it's not as much any number that they look at. It's the stuff. Is there drop off in stuff? How are they recovering? And all signs have been positive. The way he's bounced back from his outings, clearly with the way the stuff's working. Nasty.
Well, like there's a piece of the equation when you're looking at pitch counts and a guy doing something special on any given night with like a no-hitter. You're always on that managerial seat whether they're going to leave him in or not. Well, they might have that same equation with total innings with Tony Gonsolin, as far as backing him off and trying to make sure that he's rested and ready for October, but he might be going for something special in the regular season.
And it's just, the whole thing is just so hard. You look at Walker Buehler undergoing Tommy John surgery. Just collectively as an industry, we don't know. Like, we don't know what the answer is. We don't know what the right number of innings or the right number of pitches in a game, or even if they're, if that is the right way to grade it. We don't know.
Every body, every delivery is different.
Yeah.
Every pitch has a different stress level. Did you slip? Were your mechanics really fluid that night? I can tell you the wear and tear is completely different every time you pitch.
And all we can do, all the industry can do as a whole, is use the information they have, and those are all hard decisions, because again, there isn't a clear right answer. They're not even talking about Tony or any one pitcher in particular, just big picture, how pitchers are handled. 2-2 pitch, and the dirt count goes full. And then the added wrinkle of the 2020 season, the short 2020 season, coming back from that last year, the lockout, how that affected how guys got ready. Sort of a perfect storm the last few years, on top of already it being a challenging thing to navigate. Two on with one out as he issues his second walk.
It was close, but he doesn't get this call. This is definitely a ball.
Number 3, Jonathan Davis.
The industry continues to look, Joe, for that objective information that is a little bit more accurate when you put it all together. And it originally started with pitch counts, and then it moved to innings, and then it moved to stressful innings. How many stressful innings did they have? Just continue to look at all the different pieces of the equation and hopefully get closer and closer to more health.
9-hitter Jonathan Davis lines the ball to left center field for a base hit. Gallo can't pick it cleanly on the second try either. Brewers on the board and a base hit from Davis, scoring Urias. So their first run against Tony Gonsolin here in their 12th inning of work against him over the last week.
I don't think there'll be any error on this play. Nobody moved up 90 feet. It just took a little longer for the ball to get into the infield. They were going to score on this base hit no matter what. And hitting the leather and failing to pick it up on the first try didn't hurt the Dodgers at all.
Christian Yelich and a 7-1 game here in the 5th. And the Dodgers known for being at the forefront of analytics, and that goes way back before Andrew Friedman and company. Dodgers were the first organization to officially keep pitch counts. Alan Roth was a statistician hired by Branch Rickey in the 1940s. And he hoped that through years of gathering this information, and he was one of the first guys to pay attention to splits, lefty righty splits, home road splits, he could help give the team a competitive edge. Tracked all the games on sheets of 17 by 14 paper, had his own system of keeping all these stats. And in the time that Roth was with the team, they won 8 pennants in their first 3 World Series. The first case of an organization having a systematic way of doing stats. Narvaez at second, Davis at first, Gonsolin to Yelich 1-1. Ball 2 gets off Smith, and Narvaez goes to third.
Tony's second wild pitch of the night. Will Smith a little bit frustrated with himself that he wasn't able to kind of keep that one a little closer and in front of him.
Smash up the middle, right at Trey Turner. That's a double play. Brewers get on the board against Tony Gonsolin, but settle for 1 and halfway home in a 7-1 game. Dodger Baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by your Southern California Toyota dealers. Got them all, huh?
There were a lot of people that just bought gobs and gobs of tickets and just kept coming through the turnstiles to get another ring, to have another shot. Hopefully, if they bought 15, 20 tickets, maybe they ended up with a set.
Max Muncy leads off this 5th inning for the Dodgers. Swings and misses at Suter's first pitch. They're heavy duty.
Yeah. I think it's going to end up being one of those most popular giveaways that they're going to have to return it again.
Oh,
you know, where they've done that in the past.
With the ring in the past, right?
Yeah, it was. It was the ring. You're right. Maybe you get to the point where you have 6 different nights where you guaranteed to get a set if you buy all the different games throughout the year.
How'd they do with the 88 ring? Is it a good?
Yeah, it's a really nice replica. I think all of them are very special. I'm going to work hard to figure out how to get a set. I'm going to get on eBay tonight. I don't know if the prices will be going up as time goes on or the prices will be going down.
Can't say I'm an expert on that market.
I'm not either, but I'm going to start researching it tonight.
Muncy pulls it into short right field. Colton Wong. He says, can I carry that over to next year and get credit for a hit when you're not allowed to stand there? Evan Phillips, top of the order, is due up for the Brewers. 2, 3, and 4 at least.
Yeah, that ground out right there for me is like 4 at 9-3.
All right. So it looks like Gonsolin may be finished at just 77 pitches. Over 5 innings. Goes back to that conversation we were having. Managing it as best he can. Finding chances like this where you've got a comfortable lead. To get him up the tunnel a little early. Hanser Alberto drives the ball to right center field. And a short hop the wall. And Alberto, pinch hitting for his good buddy Joey Gallo, has himself a double.
Well, the 6th spot in the order. All of a sudden, they get a walk for Gallo, and now they get a double from Hanser. But this is a good piece of hitting. I mean, this is a little cutter up, and he just stays with it, doesn't try to do too much with it. No surprise when he gets one around the plate that he started the bat. But he hit this one really solid and hustled very easily in for a double.
And then got a little sprinter stretch at the end.
You know he's got to look over to the bench where he wants everybody to look over at him when he's there.
As they should. Going to return the favor. Taylor snapped an 0 for 11 with a base hit his last time and came in to score.
Turnabout's fair play. Hanser's over there encouraging guys. They're over there supporting their man.
Look at strength coach Travis Smith. He's going to break along. One and two.
He's had a few pitches center cut here tonight that he's either looked at or swung through. Those are the ones that haunt you when you're looking for hits.
Two gone. And here's Bellinger. Strike one.
It was a good pass right there. I'm sure he's frustrated and at least foul it off, but
funky stuff coming from Suter, who's 6'5", 195. He's always relied on that deception in his delivery. Pop fly right side of the infield. Colton Wong on to the 6th.
Pizzas celebrating our educators with the 2022 Spectrum Sports Educator Sweepstakes. 8 lucky winners will receive a $50 gift certificate from Shakey's Pizza, plus a teaching kit. Enter online at spectrumeducator.com for your chance to win.
Evan Phillips, is that his new entrance song? Okay, so I'm being told he didn't pitch on Women's Day on Sunday, and this is going to be his song. So he's rolling with it. If you want to be my lover. So good.
I like it.
Yeah,
I like it.
Hey, word is Craig Kimbrell's keeping Frozen. Let it go. Yeah. That's the rumor on the street.
Following the lobbyists that were up here on the 5th level.
2 of them, 5th floor.
5th floor lobby.
Willie Adames, 2, 3, and 4 for the Brewers in this 6th inning. That is why it's Phillips. Yeah, it's been a minute since he's pitched. Back into the bullpen, an evolving situation. Dave Roberts saying that Craig Kimbrell is open. And they're pitching in spots that aren't necessarily the 9th inning. Doesn't mean he's not going to get save opportunities, but if there are opportunities to deploy him elsewhere, keep him on his regular schedule of work, they're going to do that. And that'll also open up opportunities for other guys to test the 9th inning waters. Got Gratterall back last night. He looked great. You got Trinan coming soon. Tommy Kahnle working his way back. And you got, if you include Pepio, a 6-man rotation right now. Not all those guys are going to start in the postseason. Who knows what the bullpen looks like by the time you get to October.
Even in there now. They got Tony Gonsolin out of there, maybe just in the nick of time. You think back to the great play that Mookie Betts kind of rescued an inning for him. You think of the only 2 base runners reached in the first 4 1/3 innings, but then after that, before he got that hard hit double play ball to get out, 3 had reached in a row. So there was a little bit of guarding the workload, but also I think a little bit of strategy there to get a fresh arm in there. The scoreboard stays the same, though. Justin Verlander got his 16th. Tony Gonsolin will record his 16th.
Fly to left center field. Bellinger and Taylor. It's Bellinger at the last moment. Taylor leans away. It's a move to happen top of this inning. Taylor went over to left as Alberto stayed in and plays second base. So Taylor started the game.
Usually you tiptoe into the catch. He tiptoes after the catch. Clearing it up that he did call it. Maybe Chris, with all the noise, didn't hear him because it looked like a little conversation at the end. Like, did you call it?
One gone for Rowdy Tellez. Takes ball 1 from Phillips. Real name is Ryan John, but they've never called him that. He was Rowdy before he came out of the womb because of how much he moved in there. He's ahead 2-0.
Sorry, John.
No, go ahead.
Well, I was just going back to my ring thing because friends of mine have already been on eBay. And they say individual rings are already going for $99.
Wow.
So a set would be pretty expensive.
High fly ball. Bellinger back with room. So the Dodgers last night shut out in that 4-0 game. There were 18 teams that played across baseball yesterday. Only one team scored more than 4 runs. Scoring in this month of August is back to April levels.
That's really strange. As the weather has gotten hotter, the ball flies better. The hitters are more used to the pitchers and what they're going to throw. Pitchers might be having, good and bad outings, not coming out of spring training really on top of it. It's got to be a rarity.
Very, very much so.
I could see the highest scoring month in baseball all time could be like August. July or August, I would kind of put it on. September, the call-ups start to play offensively. The call-ups start to help the pitching staffs defensively. Weather can sometimes be warmer, but it starts to get chillier in the east and the north.
Two and two on McCutchen. Just the eye test has kind of said the same thing. I think especially on this homestand, just a lot of balls landing in the warning track.
Well, it was interesting during our time with Justin Turner in the 3rd inning. We were interviewing him and we talked to him about exit velocities, and we said, Trace's was 108, but he said, I've also seen a ball hit 99 miles an hour, wasn't it? That had been a home run. And he's seen balls that are hit 103 on the right trajectory this year fall short on the warning track, and wind wasn't really part of the equation. So that tells you the kind of hints towards the baseball.
Tom goes full. Got him. Punched out by John Tumpane. 1-2-3 inning for Evan Phillips.
Dia de los Dodgers, presented by Hornitos, and purchase a special ticket pack to receive an exclusive bobblehead. Buy a ticket for each game of the doubleheader and receive both bobbleheads. For tickets, visit Dodgers.com/ticketpacks.
Dodgers up 7-1 as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. All 7 of these runs coming against Corbin Burns. This is Trevor Kelly, who debuted in the majors at the Red Sox in a handful of games in 2019. Pitched in 4 games in 2020 with the Phillies. Getting his first crack in the major league since, here with the Brewers.
Brewers have a few funky deliveries coming out of their bullpen tonight. The lefty, and now Kelly here, going to be a little sidearm flinger.
Trace Thompson has career high 4 knocked in already tonight. His third at bat coming here. 3-run home run his first time, and then an RBI single. Man, that's funky.
It sure is. Almost kind of jumping at you and coming at it from the side.
Think about going from Suter to him.
You got about 10, 12 feet of different release points. Tuck steps across his body and then comes at you with the sidearm delivery. Kind of short arms it. He doesn't really swing it like a lot of sidearmers swing it all the way back in a big old loop behind their body. He kind of tucks it in and comes at you. What is one of the best hitters that ever lived, Nomar Garcia Parse, still got to come across the plate.
Fouls it off, stays at 2-2. Trace Thompson, who has played for 19 teams over the course of his pro baseball career, minor league and major league teams. He's got all those bags stowed in his family's storage unit, all those bat bags. A fun stack of mementos. Physical manifestation basically of his crazy career journey. Just this pile of bags. Down swinging here. Dodgers up 7-1 in the 6th inning. Back to the top of the order in Mookie Betts, who had a good night. He started the game with a double, came in to score their first run. He's played some great defense as well.
Making a big impact. Tony Gonsolin appreciates the offense and made him relax a little bit. They got a run on the board early for him, and then kept some runs off the board right there. Those guys, both of them, have played good with the leather.
Strike one. Strike two. Bouncing ball wide of the bag, stays at 1-2 on Betts.
Scoreboard stays the same. Gonsolin gets his 16th. The Dodgers even the last 6 games between them and the Brewers. So tomorrow's game 7.
Into center field for Davis. That could be a postseason preview. Brewers are going to need to make up some distance. Game and a half back of the last wild card spot at this point. But this is not a team that anybody's going to be thrilled about facing. As mediocre as the lineup is, the pitching they can run out there in a series scares you.
And the fact that the lineup is one of those kind of all or nothing as far as the home run. 50% of their runs come from the home run, so they get a little hot with the long ball. Yeah, they could knock some people out.
It would be a 5th consecutive trip to the postseason for Milwaukee.
They've got some boppers. When they put it on the barrel, it goes a long way.
Two and two on Trey Turner, who is 1 for 3 tonight. Knocked in a run in the 3-run 4th inning. 1 in the first, 3 in the second, 3 in the 4th. Dodgers have scored 7 or more runs in 10 of their 21 games this month.
That's a good response to yesterday's shutout. Coming in against the reigning Cy Young Award winner. Tough matchup for them on paper, but the last 2 tough matchups on paper, they have done really well.
We talked about it after the Alcantara beatdown on Sunday. It's neat to do that to a good pitcher, but it's also a meaningful thing as you're gearing up for October. That sets the teams that win apart. Can you hit the very best pitching? Line drive left field, second hit of the game for Trey Turner.
Another knock for Trey, and the guy coming up to the plate is 1 ahead of him as far as the Major League Baseball lead in hits. Both of them with 2 tonight. Now Freddie with another at bat coming up here.
I guess before too long here, it's going to be time to start talking about MVP discussion in the National League. Dodgers are going to have a few guys who can make a case for. Cardinals have a couple, Paul Goldschmidt, Nolan Arenado. Goldschmidt really at this point seems like the favorite. When you're looking, specifically at what the player has done, when you pull back and look at what the Dodgers have done and incorporate that, then Freddie Freeman, it feels like, jumps to the top of that list. But that's just off the top of my head without going too deep into it.
But we are going to get close. I would say we start looking at it September 1st. Trey, Mookie, Freddie. Everybody's going to get in the top 5 to 7 category as far as votes. But it's who ends up with the most first place votes that this race is probably going to be all about, because they're both those teams with St. Louis and with the Dodgers. You're going to split the votes within the roster.
Yeah.
It's going to be about the rankings of those votes when they come in.
Goldschmidt, by the way, leading the league in average, on base, slugging, OPS. Hard to argue with that case. Winning a sabermetric Triple Crown.
Well, then we got to move over to Tony Gonsolin, right?
For the Cy Young race.
I mean, he's first in all those key categories for pitchers.
Wow, that thing is hit a mile into the sky. We're hanging the yard for McCutcheon. You checking? You trying to get a look at the exit velocity?
Yeah, I was trying. I couldn't see it.
Hard angle where we're sitting. I got a guy though. I got an exit velocity guy. Just wait for the commercial and I'll tell you. 107.6. Series 6 o'clock tomorrow. Adrian Hauser is going to make the start for the Brewers. Andrew Heaney goes for the Dodgers. They travel to Miami. Road trip through the East. 4 with the Marlins, 3 with the Mets. That should be a lot of fun in New York next week. Dodgers have the best record in the National League. The Mets are second. This is David Price. Hey, so the exit velocity might have heard me yell as we went to break, 107. But the launch angle is 46 degrees.
Oh, wow.
That's pretty high.
Yeah.
Sweet spot for home runs is 15 to 30.
Your guy is good.
Yeah, Krajewski.
You got a guy.
Dr. Krajewski. Gustin Hira first to face Price. One pitch. One out.
Like the Swiss Army knife out there, David Price. You can put him in any role, and he has been effective. A stabilizing force for that bullpen because he can do that in so many different places. I mean, he had a run of 12 straight appearances where he didn't give up hardly anything from the middle of July to almost the end of August here. At a .69 ERA for about a month.
.1-0 from Price to Colton Wong. 1-1. Bouncing ball left side. Muncie's there. 2 up and 2 down.
Very sweet, Max. Just really understanding, having a great baseball clock on that ball. You could have decided, you know, I'll take my time, wind it up, and get it over there. But, you know, just casually, nice solid footwork, and got it over there in a hurry. You never worry when it's hitting his area, no matter what position he's at.
Underrated part of the growth of his game.
For sure.
Urias scored the lone run for the Brewers. Having a nice couple days here. Came in with an 0 for 21 slide. Came off the bench yesterday early because of an injury to Mike Brasso. And you sometimes see that, right? Where you're not thinking you got a day off. You're not worrying about what's going wrong. Hey, we need you now. Home run and a couple hits since. Two and 0.
So my friend keeps checking eBay for me. The 88 ring is now $299 on eBay, and the full set is $777.
But has anybody actually bid on that? It's one thing to set the price. It's another to like.
Well, you're going to make me get down into my phone and text again.
Don't you think that's important, though?
Like, I'll find out. There are fans posting their picture in the seats at Dodger Stadium.
Wow.
And have it for sale before they even get home.
Muncy again. Juggled and help from Freeman. Be still, Oral's heart.
The broadcaster jinx is still dead.
Hat trick for Muncy. Stretch in a 7-1 game.
These same Brewers come to Dodger Stadium, purchase a special ticket pack to receive an exclusive Lakers night jersey. One side Lakers, the other side Clayton Kershaw. The Lakers side is Magic Johnson. For tickets, visit Dodgers.com/Lakers.
Couple defensive changes for you. Into the game at third base is Pablo Reyes. That moves Luis Urias to short. Dodgers up 7-1 as Will Smith takes a ball from Kelly. 2 balls and no strikes on Will Smith. Our producer Rod Doss had a funny idea. Said out of all these great ring giveaways tonight, part of the gig should have been one of them is real.
Oh boy. And that's about a $35,000 giveaway just on that one box.
But like, think about I mean, that'd be sweet. You could like turn into the new Hunger Games around here. Go crazy.
The tickets for that game would sell out within hours.
Right. So the 30 grand or whatever you'd pay to make the ring.
Yeah, all the tickets would sell out quickly because people would be buying them 50 and 100, 200 tickets at a time.
Right. All I'm saying is you'd make that money back that you paid to get the ring made.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you definitely would.
But I guess they sold out today. Even without doing that. So how many more people do you want to get in here? Ground ball along third. Pablo Reyes fresh into the game. Ball finds him and he gets Smith.
And somebody at home is not in the room where their TV's on and has overheard it from like another room and saying, one of the rings was real?
Yeah, Joe and Oral said so.
Joe and Oral. Who got it?
And if you get that, not only do you get that, but you get 30 grand. Wow. And a jumbo jack.
Isn't that true, though, in Twitter? Some of the comments about, I heard you said this, I heard you said, and you're like, I go back and I'll listen to it. And I'll go, no, you must have been in the other room when you were going to say that it wasn't that.
Muncy still trying to extend the on-base streak. What will be some other good giveaways? We're talking to somebody today. There's a whole like homestand worth of Dustin May related giveaways for the hair.
Yeah. I mean, you should have the Dustin May hair and the well, you could do his beard too. Yeah.
You could, and you could do the hair. You could do just
and do the stash,
right? But you could also do a Dodger hat that had the hair attached to it,
right?
Dustin May hat. You give away a bottle of Head and Shoulders, 1 and 2. Dustin May. I mean, you could do the Dodger hat with the hair. You could do a cowboy hat with the hair. Said in the pregame show yesterday that he's wearing a cowboy hat and cowboy boots for his wedding. His fiancee Millie nixed the jeans. He really wanted to do jeans as well. She said, "You're not doing that," but he gets the hat. The hat and the boots stay. He's saying,
all right. When he goes to kiss the bride, he better take the hat off. You don't want to poke her in the forehead.
Right, that'd be bad. Ow!
Yeah.
My eye. Cowboy hat just hit me in the eye on my wedding day.
What a memory.
Oh, I love you. I do. Ah! 2 out.
We do have a lot of great giveaways here, though. I mean, the bobbleheads. The bobblehead with the doubleheader coming up is going to be great. Dia de los Dodgers.
Yeah, that's sweet.
Those two are great. I try to take home, 1 or 2 all the time, and Dana's like, no more, no more. The garage is full. I'm like, honey, I'm going to decorate the room with all this stuff.
Tonight sounds like you plan to take 5 rings home, but then eBay got 5 more.
Yeah, I'm going to be on eBay. She's going to be like, what's this on the Visa? Honey, that's a championship ring.
Hanser came off of the bench, hit a double. Pinch hitting for Joey Gallo, and he's ahead here 2-0. Two and 2. Having Rick look this up. How many 4-pitch walks do you think Hanser Alberto has this year?
This year?
Yeah. Any?
I would say the over-under should be 1.
Maybe set into the half.
1.5.
I'm going to guess he's had 2. He's had 1.
So the over-under should have been 1.5 or 1. Yeah.
He's got a walk. Doesn't have too many of those.
6 pitches. So when I was in AA, they had baseball bingo. And baseball bingo was like whatever happened that you filled out your card. You know, your card say a double by the home team, an out, ground out to shortstop by the visiting team. My wife came down to the dugout and said, I need Leo Hernandez to walk, and I got baseball bingo. And we would have won like $200.
Dang.
Leo never walked. It'd be like having Hanser walk, right? I told Leo, I said, I'll split it with you if you walk. And he did.
That's awesome.
Won baseball bingo.
Hey, not only does he have 1 4-pitch walk,
yeah,
he has 1 walk, period, prior to that. That 4-pitch walk against Keegan Thompson of the Cubs earlier this year was his only walk.
Wow.
And so that explains that big smile as he went down there.
And he glanced back to the dugout.
Yeah. Base hit for Chris Taylor. Second one for him.
This one of the line drive variety. Good to see him hit something near the middle of the plate and get some barrel on it. He's had a few where he was shaking his head like, I don't know why I missed that. I don't know why I took that. But that one he got.
Bellinger comes up with a couple base runners and 2 gone in this 7th. Hey, Chris Taylor, by the way, his first multi-hit game since June 26th. Now, a chunk of that was spent on the injured list, but he's been searching for it the time that he's been on the field. Bellinger on the line, right field. McCutchen lays out and makes the catch. Nice play by Andrew McCutchen to finish off the bottom of the 7th. Baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times, less than 90 minutes from wherever you are. Been a fun night here at Dodger Stadium. Had a great pitching matchup. Tony Gonsolin against Corbin Burns. Dodgers chase Burns in the 4th inning. 7-1 they lead. Everybody's got rings. Packed house on a Tuesday night. Life is good. David Price, 2nd inning of work. Omar Narvaez leads off. One and two.
Still on pace for what, 112, 113 victories with a win tonight, right in that area.
Yep.
Could be interesting to see where they land. Could be a franchise record. They keep it going. End up around that number, what? One of the third or fourth all-time.
Yeah, you've
best
got
records.
You've got two teams that have won 116. The 01 Mariners.
Yeah.
The 1906 Chicago Cubs did it in a 154-game season.
That seems like they're the champs.
They actually lost the World Series to the White Sox.
Oh wow!
But as far as the wins record,
the rate, win percentage,
and then you got the Yankees in '98, who won 114 in the regular season.
They got a shot at the Yankees. They got a shot at everybody, really. They got a shot at the whole thing. Well, they have to get to 117 to be the all-time.
Yeah.
Wow. That's quite a number.
Grounder to second. Hanser Alberto backhands and gets him.
That is not easy with that cut of the grass there. Visually, to read the hop, how the hop might change on the grass compared to the dirt. He does a nice job, and even as he angles to it, he charges right at the very end and closes the gap on the last hop, gets it in the leather. That's the way you backhand. You don't hinge it backwards and kind of give with it. You charge into it. You move the glove into it. As Dino Ebel shows us every day as he works with the infielders on his towel drill in front of the Dodger dugout.
Jonathan Davis, ball one. Tell us more for those of us that don't get to watch.
Well, Dino gets down there and has one of the players have it on either both knees or one knee, and he'll have him do all about 10 or 15 one-hoppers into the glove with forehand in front, forehand to your left, and then some backhands. And he has them work on that final move of the ball going into their glove, so that then when they leave there, they're a little bit warmed up on the eye-hand coordination. Then they hit them full fungos out in the field, and they move them all around the field now, right? With all the shifting, they just don't take grounders at one place. Each guy will be. Freddie Freeman's about the only one that'll take him all at first base, but everybody else kind of moves around up the middle, on shortstop side, third base side, third base. They do a lot of work.
Strike three called. I know we've given John Tumpain a hard time about some wide calls early in this game. I love his strike three, though. It's like he literally punches the guy. Punch!
Left fielder number 42, Christian Yelich.
Go home, get in front of the mirror. You're a minor league umpire. You're working your way up.
They got to do it, don't they?
Oh, they definitely do.
Yeah.
Definitely work on their ball strike calls. The ball call's pretty easy.
That's it. Yeah, for sure.
Maybe just shrug your shoulders.
Yep. Strike on Yelich, who's extended his hitting streak to 9 games tonight.
Yeah, you go with the first strike call, the second strike call, and then the big punch out call. Just went with the right arm right out to the side there for that second strike. Just a very basic right arm. Points to the first base dugout with the call.
A little bit low. And the count goes full. If the score holds here and the Dodgers move to 85 and 37, it'll be 40 games left. They would need to go 32-8 over those 40 games to set the all-time record. Put them at 117. Up the middle and off a diving glove of Trey Turner. And Yelich's resurgence continues. Back-to-back 2-hit games in this series.
You're really seeing his approach change too, like most hitters as they start to get hot, opposite field and up the middle, and that's where it looks like he's been hitting most of his balls. That double at the end of the game last night that kind of stretched their lead from 1-0 to 4-0. It was in the left center gap.
It's going to do it for David Price. Dave Roberts makes another call to the bullpen. Strike throwing extraordinaire. The man at first and 2 away.
Well, he's had a couple days off, and the couple days off is from an inning of work that only took him 9 pitches. So when he's in the strike zone and they know it, they start swinging the bat, he can have some very efficient innings, and he has looked very good since joining the Dodgers. Guy who's got playoff experience, a World Series ring, and somebody that is not going to have a very fast heartbeat when you get into those big situations in October.
So the Dodgers lead this game 7-1 down in San Diego. The Padres open in a series with the Guardians, and they trail 3-1 going into the bottom of the 9th inning. No Juan Soto tonight. He was scratched with back spasms.
Really surprising their offense is not gone since they got Bell and Soto.
Pablo Reyes at the plate against Martin.
I guess Tatis addressed the team and the fans and met with the media, and pretty much the gist of it was there's no excuses.
Might have a bad pitch count here. You hear me now?
I wanted pepperoni.
That one's good.
There's a button on there. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. How about your testing that see for volume? You go, yeah, that's it, but that's not the pitch I want either.
Strike 1 for Martin. Right at Trey Turner. Broke his bat, got the out to the bottom of the 8th. Coming up when we finish, John and Nomar and Adrian take us through this one. The postgame show. Dodgers lead 7-1 to the last of the 8th, where they're going to face a position player. They tend to have this effect on teams now and then. Victor Caratini chucks it up there, ball 1 on Trace Thompson. First time Victor's pitch since 2019.
66 miles an hour, at least it's registering.
That's, yeah. Registered a strike. Trace can't stop smiling. Look, he's still got a smile on his face.
Well, now the zone's going to tighten up.
Yeah. to walk. Well, as Trace's home run that really broke this thing loose. It's the play of the game brought to you by your Southern California Volkswagen dealers.
He crushed this ball. It was way up there. We talked about light tower power with Joey Gallo and Cody Bellinger. Well, this one was it also.
Mookie got hit for the second time, and the average speed of the pitches that he got hit by tonight about 78. He's laughing.
Might even got his elbow guard.
I do appreciate how hard Omar Narvaez is trying to frame these pitches. Look at that. This is great medicine for a team who's getting pounded. Turner into the corner. Thompson in to score. Trey's got his third hit of the night, his second run batted in.
I think we need to tell Rick Krajewski to put these runs off to the side and not count in the overall total of the series and who might dominate it.
First base, number 5, Freddie Freeman.
Freeman serves 63 by the bag down the left field line to drive in 2.
Well, Trey Turner's hit tied Freddie for the major league lead for hits, and Freddie said, oh, if you're going to get one off this guy, I got to get one.
Both guys are 3 of them tonight. Yeah, everybody's running the bases with smiles on their faces.
Every guy's agent is smiling right now on the offensive side.
Right? They don't appear that close in arbitration.
I'm done. I'm not keeping score.
I kind of faded a little bit ago. I'm usually really diligent at that. Fly to left field. Tyrone Taylor makes the grab, and Smith is the first out. Dodgers, for the second time in their last 3 games, have a 10 spot. Once against Sandy Alcantara as the starter, once against Corbin Burns. But there's Eric Lauer in the middle of that Cy Young sandwich, putting up zeros.
Well, those 2 games really tightened the Cy Young race. The hitters hit off this speed, but usually the pitcher is the BP pitcher, and he's about 15 feet closer.
Taylor with a nice play.
This was a nice play because they don't want the inning to continue very much. The Dodgers are all smiles, and it might not continue very long. I would think Hanser's going to swing at the first one.
Got his second walk of the year tonight. Oh, yeah. Reyes ends the inning. Dodgers get 3 quick ones against the Milwaukee catcher. 10-1 to the 9th. Because Hanser Alberto is in the game pitching. Chris Taylor moves into second base with Thompson out there in left, and Alberto is on the mound. Hey, this is not bad. 4 innings, 1 run.
It's going to be fun, I'll tell you that. Get to see some smiles on both sides.
So the series wraps up tomorrow. Keep in mind it's an hour earlier tomorrow. Oral.
That's not very nice.
Just making sure. 2-0 on Tellez. And Andrew Heaney goes for LA. Adrian Hauser for the Brewers.
Dieter with his 3-hour tour, Gilligan's Island.
To right for Betts. Mookie helps everybody and says hi to the Brewer pen.
Number 24, Andrew McCutchen.
McCutchen waits on it and sends it in the air to left field. Thompson is there. 2 up and 2 down. I wonder if Hanser Alberto has a chance at the position player Cy Young. Like minimum 5 innings pitched.
Yeah. We should come up with some qualifiers for that.
Minimum 5 innings.
Okay.
And just straight dominance of life.
Do you have an ERA plus or just a flat ERA?
Let's just go flat ERA. Don't need to complicate it.
Very interesting stat. It's a cliffhanger.
Hira to left. 1-2-3, 9th inning. Hanser Alberto. 10-1 win for the Dodgers. Highly anticipated matchup. Tony Gonsolin against Corbin Burns. Lopsided tonight.
Congratulations, Tony Gonsolin, on your 16th win, tying Justin Verlander. Dodgers broke their home winning streak last night, starting a new one tonight.
21 of their last 26 since they last dropped back-to-back games. 85 and 37 overall. 40 games left in 2022. 10-1 the final. Series finale tomorrow. It's the rubber match of these 3 games. It's the season rubber match, as these teams have split the first 6 over this last week plus. For Oral and Kirsten, Joe Davis saying so long from Dodger Stadium. Stay tuned for Access Sportsnet Dodgers.